Good morning, folks. Welcome to another episode of Ferrum Wrestling 411. I'm your host, Gary Holden. With me, of course, is head wrestling coach Nate Yetzer. Nate, welcome.
Hey, Gary. How you doing?
Okay, so you had a great weekend last weekend. You guys, Star City Open up in Roanoke.
Yep, our first one.
First time I've ever seen a wrestling tournament inside a hotel ballroom.
Yeah, it was a cool atmosphere, and obviously it's the first year doing it, so there's a lot of things you can improve on to keep building it up. But I think the overall consensus was it was a good, well-ran tournament. I think there's maybe one delay in the very beginning, which is pretty common for tournaments, especially the first year running it. So
we're running track for the first time, so it took a little time to get all the brackets to the tables and everything.
Exactly, but I think it went really well, and our guys wrestled for the most part pretty good, and I was pretty pleased with our effort. We still got a little ways to go, but I think we got some stuff we need to improve on, but we'll be okay.
Well, we don't need to go on every single athlete, but if you want to just, it would be great just to kind of go a rundown, get a general consensus of each weight class. 125, you had three wrestlers, Bailey Cooper, Logan Zimmerman, and Brett Binnix.
Yep.
Cooper placed 5th, Zimmerman placed 6th.
Right, yep.
Binnix didn't place, but any of those guys stand out for you?
Yeah, I think Logan wrestled really well. He's getting better and better. He lost a couple close matches, a couple matches he should have had, but I think he's going to get better. He fought really hard, and I was really proud of him. Bailey had a little disappointing weekend, didn't wrestle real well, not real sharp, and so you got to go back to the drawing board and figure that out before in the next couple weeks here. But overall, not real happy with the way 25 worked out for us, but it's just an opportunity for us to get better and improve.
Binnix was impressive. He showed some flashes of competitiveness in there. I felt like he really kind of has improved quite a bit since last year.
Yeah, he has absolutely. A lot of the biggest jump is going to be from freshman to sophomore year, and he's made some improvements. He's got continue to get better, and Yep. So it was good.
All right, 133. Bobby Zeifriend. Zeifriend placed ended up placing 2nd.
Yep.
Brett Summers was 5th, and you had Nico Rivera in that weight class.
Right.
I thought Zeifriend wrestled fairly well, especially semifinal match.
Yep, absolutely. He wrestled very, very well. And Brett and Bobby just keep getting better every weekend. They're both those guys work really hard. They're battling. They're willing to make changes. To keep improving week after week, and this is the 3rd week in a row where I've really been like, wow, they're getting better and better and better. Mm-hmm. They really are. Bobby had kind of a breakout weekend for him, and in the finals got handled pretty good, but that kid's I think is a little bit better than Bobby right now, but Bobby needs to go back to the drawing board and fix a few things. But overall, I was very happy with 33. So
it was another one of those lightweights that we ran into, Spartanburg Methodist. Mm-hmm. We'll talk about them in a few minutes, but they were a fairly solid team this year. Looks like much improved. All right, 141 pounds, older brother Zimmerman, Justin, placed 2nd in the tournament. Mm-hmm. Bobby Cunningham was 3rd, and you had Amir Harper as well.
Right.
About how that tournament went for you, any disappointments?
I guess a little disappointed. Obviously, we have 2 seniors there, guys with a lot of experience. I expected them to at least to win it. To be honest with you, one of them too, and didn't. Again, it presents an opportunity, especially Robert, focus on Robert, you just got to get some more attacks. Didn't have enough attacks, and he's wrestling a bigger weight class, and he went up her body a few times, and it cost him. Guys were just as good up body as him, just as strong. And Amir Harper had a little bit of a disappointing weekend, just a freshman being inconsistent, and he's got to figure that out because, to go from having a great weekend last weekend to this weekend where he did not look good, and so he's got to be able to, be a little more consistent, and that starts in the room, that starts outside the room, doing the stuff outside the room right. So hopefully
he can take that as a good experience and kind of use it to get better and everything, kind of a wake-up call for him. So.
I thought Justin wrestled well. He made it to the finals, lost. What was a fairly close match. He just got to take more risks. That's all there is to it, and not be afraid to go out there and lose. Sometimes he's afraid to lose, and he can't be. He just needs to go out there and pull the trigger. So.
I thought in his semifinal match he opened up quite a bit, a lot more attacks and everything. Really went after it.
Yep, exactly. Yep, when he opens up, he's very good. He's dangerous. So.
All right, let's go up to 149 pounds. You guys had 3 wrestlers in this weight class. Colin Saunders won it straight out 4-0 with 1 pin. Placed 1st. You got Austin Smith was 4-2, ended up placing 4th, and then you had Cole Dillon in the weight class, won a couple matches as well.
Absolutely. I was pretty happy with this weight. Colin did a great job, battled really hard, and a couple times where it was down to the wire. Especially in the semis, I think he wrestled a guy who was high school national All-American last year, Mongol from Spartanburg Methodist, and he had to dig deep to get that win. And his shape's still not where it needs to be, but he found. I tell my guys, one important attribute is the will to win, like finding a way to win. It doesn't have to be pretty.
Sure.
But finding winners find a way to win, and he found a way to win, and it kind of dominated the final score. Probably didn't indicate that, but it wasn't really that close. So
15-8, that's pretty good. That's
exactly.
Good match,
yeah. But probably wasn't even that close though.
Yeah.
So he did a good job. Proud of Colin, and Austin battled all the way back, and was actually winning the third and fourth place match. The guy lost in overtime early in the match, and just got in a scramble and kind of relies too much on his defense, which is he was very good there. But eventually that kid found a way and ended up coming up. I think he didn't get pinned in the scramble. So, but he was winning at the time. So just little things like that. Cole Diller did a great job. He trains with our club team. So I think once he gets a chance to step on the varsity and train full time, I think he's going to be. He's doing very well. So
it's great that you're able to put so many weight classes where you had 2 and 3 and 4 people, and I think one weight class when we're coming up on you might have had 5. 157. Here we are. You had Gavin Arnold, Amir Shakir, Austin Renshaw. I think it was Logan Armstrong. Logan Armstrong and Matt Akers. Arnold, one of those big days where he lost early,
came all the way back
through, wrestled 6 matches,
won 6 in a row,
places third, and has 3 pins there.
So proud of him, man. That shows who he is. And he weighed in. I think he weighed in at 53. He's going back down to 49 for the York tournament, so he has to progress back down. And but he looked great. I mean, I think he's starting to figure things out a little bit, and learn how to battle and. Kind of open up his attacks a little more, which he needs to do, and I think Amir Shakir continues to do better, get better and better every week. I think he's a guy that I think he won 1 match all last year, and so far through 2 tournaments he's got 10 wins. He's got the most on the team. That just shows you, And the other 3 guys are a little far behind. They're a little behind those top 2 guys, and they got to they just got to get better. And little disappointed with their effort, to be honest with you. They got to get better. They got to learn how to fight a little more. But hopefully they can figure that out in the next couple weeks, 3 or 4 weeks here.
Sure. Let's move up to 165, or another weight class where you got a guy that come in a couple of years ago, came as a freshman last year, and he was much lighter, projecting to be a lot lighter and everything. And I think at one point in time there was talk that he might go 125.
Right,
and all of a sudden now here he is in his sophomore year. He's 165 pounder.
Right. Yep.
And he looks solid. He wrestled a kid in the finals from I think it was from UNC Pembroke, and the kid was just packed.
Right.
And really handled him fairly well. It was 10-6 score, but I felt like he controlled that entire match.
He rode him for a good amount of time too, and all that. I think he's always had the ability. He's had the talent. Andrew has, and I think now he's figuring out that every bit as important as talent is working hard and doing the things outside of the mat right. For him it's been a lot of stuff's been mental. Just not being very inconsistent with his workouts and all that stuff. And now, I think he's figured out that, hey man, I got the ability to be very good if I just bear down and do the right things. Do the things that we ask him to do, and he has. It's been awesome. Been a coach's dream in the last probably month and a half, and imagine when he does that for a whole year, what's going to happen. So he's doing a great job.
Well, I was really pleased with watching him wrestle throughout that tournament, winning 5 straight matches to take the title, a couple of pins and everything, and he just looks like he's ready. He's one of 3 wrestles that you have right now that are undefeated on the season so far. So
and really the other 2 guys too. Darian and Cliff Harrison. Very proud of those guys both, because that weight class for us is fun to watch because all 3 of those guys, they battle. Darian just doesn't know how to wrestle very good yet. He's a freshman, and not from a great program, so he doesn't understand some of the fundamentals. But he competes hard. That's the biggest thing right now. Cliff Harrison is he's the opposite because of a great program. He knows how to wrestle. Now it's about just doing the things outside the room right and continuing to get better. I'm very proud of those guys in that weight. That's probably our deepest on the team, I think, besides probably 41.
Well, I watched a couple of Harrison's matches. He had a couple of pins, and I'll tell you right now, he was getting after it. You could tell he didn't want to just beat somebody.
Exactly.
He was trying to pin people.
Yep, he's going to be good, man. He's going to be special. So all 3 of those guys are doing a good job.
All right, let's move up to 174 pounds. You had a finalist here, Blake Rosenbaum. Ended up finishing 3-1 in the tournament overall with 3 pins. Placed second.
Under a minute, I think. The first three falls were under a minute. So
Max Baker 4-1, placed third, and Pablo Zanovic I think I got that right.
So, I just call him Pablo.
Sorry, Pablo. 2-2 with 1 pin under his belt and everything.
Another great weight. Guys did a good job. Did a great job. Blake, I think it was good for Blake. I don't know if Blake's going the full distance yet this year. I think he was going into that match. He was 6-0 with 3 falls and 3 techs or something, and So and he wrestled a good kid. The kid's pretty good. And I think, I'm not sure what the final score was. 12-5. But to be honest, he got caught with a 6-point move early on in the match. He got taken down off his shot, which is a really nice shot. Got taken down, put to his back, and I think you get a 6-point hole at the college level. That's a huge hole. Even for Blake, who can score a lot of points and really gets after it. And so I was glad a little bit that he had to go the full distance. He had to battle, and because there was some flashes of stuff that we need to work on. And I think as a team, our shape needs to get better for sure. So. Max Baker did a good job battling all the way back to third. Second week in a row, he's taken third, and he needs to break through and get in the finals here. So Pablo did a good job getting his first couple wins of the year. So.
Well, I know conditioning is always a factor at the beginning of the year because not everyone's nearly in the shape they want to be and everything. The great thing you as a coach are going to look forward to is, do they get better? Do they get in better shape as the year goes along? And then ultimately, are they going to get ready to peak right around the time of the regions?
Exactly. Yeah. I mean, there's like three events that we really try to, I don't want to say peak for, but make sure we're optimal. Rest. We feel good. We train really hard up to that point, and I mean, this isn't one of them, obviously, but so we have to go back to the drawing board. We have to change a few things in the workouts, and we're probably right where we should be, I guess. I mean, we probably should be a little bit further along, but we'll catch up pretty quick. So
okay, and this is going to be we're talking a few minutes ago about the new standard invitation, your next competition and everything. It might be a good way to get back on the horse right here. 184 pounds. You only had one in this weight class, Adam Bresson, but 3 tech falls. Came back after losing his first match. Won 3 straight matches. Won 4 straight matches. Actually, and really wrestled tough for you. And he's down a weight class from 97 last year. It looks as though maybe he's got the weight off and he's going to be a little bit more comfortable.
Weight. I don't think weight was an issue at all. I think it was more just technically didn't do the right thing in the match he lost. I'm not sure what the score was, but I think he was down maybe 1 or 2 points. It was early on in the match, I believe, and he got caught. But it's been the same thing for the last couple of years to get the same thing in caught. So that's on him. He's got to figure out how to, and I think it's a little bit panic mode. He gets in that position and he kind of panics versus just trusting his instincts and wrestling out of it. And but I mean, the one thing about Adam, he's going to make changes. He's going to do the right things. He's going to get. And Adam's a guy that gets better as the year goes along. You know what I mean? Because he does do the right things. And he does make adjustments. So I think I'm not too worried about him. I'm glad he came back and really dominated coming all the way back and taking third. So I'm proud of him for that.
Well, and I think he's the type of kid that once he gets it in his mind that, hey, I score a lot of points. I know how to score a lot of points. I mean, look at his coming back through the back bracket: 16-0, 15-0, 16-1, 10-3. You're talking like almost 50 points right there, and coming back in 4 matches. And if he just trusts his instincts that, hey, you know what, I can score. I can be down 4 or 5, maybe 6 points, and I can still do this.
Exactly. So, he can. He's got like 2 or 3 things he's really good at. He's special at. And he just got now he's got to control the match and get into positions where he's really good. You know what I mean? And I think he'll figure that out as the year goes along. Like I said, he's the type of guy that's going to get better and better and better as the year goes along. So.
Sure. Well, I was impressed with him last year at the regionals. Wasn't really your starter for most of the year. Came in, stepped in at 197 pounds, ended up placing 5th, and scored a bunch of tech falls. I want to say he was one of the top 3 point scorers for us last year because of all those extra points that he won for us. So, all right, let's move up to 197. 2 wrestles in this weight class. Hunter Goulart placed 2nd with a 2-1 record, and Shamant Golden placed 6th as well. Talk a little bit about how Hunter did. I knew he had a tough opponent in the finals. I
mean, it's a guy he could have beat, though. I think he went in. I don't know if he went in. He was apprehensive. I don't know why, because he was big and strong. But and athletic. But it just comes down to him going out and pressing the action, and he didn't do that. He didn't do that for the first 5 minutes. And that's why I lost. I mean, it is. And I think if he figures out he's really, really good. If he figures out that how good he actually is, that we know he is as a staff. I watch him every day, and I see what he does every day, and what he puts himself through, and he does the right things. Once he just doesn't believe that he should win every match yet. Once he does that, he's going to be really good. I mean, because it's there, it's all there. I mean, he's in great shape. He's fixed some issues that he had in the past. But he's just got to go and believe in his conditioning and really press the action for 7 minutes, because good things will happen for him. Because he's in good enough shape and he takes care of himself enough.
And I know he's strong as an ox. When that kid came off the mat, I was taking photos and I happened to walk by where he was talking to his coach, and the first thing he says, "Coach, you have no idea how strong that kid is.
Yep.
So,
unfortunately, Hunter was saying the same thing about him. So it's like, come on, man, So, but
that's what they're saying about you. Golden looked pretty solid.
Yeah.
Had one pin. I saw him.
Yeah,
seems to really like the upper body stuff.
Yeah. You got to get some leg attacks. Obviously, it cost him a few times. He got tossed to his back. He's still very raw. But I am proud of him because he is fighting and he is making improvements. Sure. They're slow, and they always are. But he is getting better and better week by week, so he's doing a good job.
Good. All right, let's move up to the last weight class, the big guys, 285. You had 3 in this weight class. 2 of them made it to the finals, and then the third one placed as well. Tate Delaney and Carlos Leyva, another epic triple overtime battle with Delaney coming out with
Epic's
1 point decision. He came out with a 4-0 record, 2 pins, first place. Carlos 2-1 record with a pin in second place. And then Cam McAfee, a very, very light heavyweight for you, coming out and wrestling 2-2, and then placed 5th. And in one of his matches that would have put him in the 3rd and 4th place match, he just didn't have enough time to come back. He was down too far. He was taking the kid down from the other school, and just it was just a very, very heavy conditioning issue for the other kid.
Exactly.
Cam just didn't have enough time to be able to beat him. And everything.
Exactly. So I think I guess start with Tate. He's doing a great job. I guess he's really dominating. Obviously Leyva, they wrestle each other every day, so it's going to be close, just the way it is. But I think he's really starting to separate himself. Where matches where he'd win 2-1 in years past, the last 3 years. He's going out there and he's imposed his will. I think one match was down 9-0 or something, 9-1.
Yeah.
But he just kept on the kid and wore the kid down. I think it was like 9-8. Still early in the match, and then he got on top and pinned the kid.
Yeah.
But I don't know if Tate could have done that in the past. So he's lighter now. He moves really well. That's going to be the key. Because at regionals, his weight class is loaded. We obviously had the returning national champion there from Del Val. We have the 4th guy that finished 4th in the country back there. We have a guy that's been a 2-time lost in the round of place. He was hurt last year. He's back. Then of course the kid that he lost to from King's College is back. So I think Tate's, but the way Tate's wrestling right now, I think he can beat any one of those guys. That's the truth. So he's done a good job. Carlos Leyva continues to just get better and better, and I think one of the reasons why Tate has improved is because of Carlos. Carlos pushing him. So.
Sure.
And then Cam McAfee, of course, he's light, but he's figuring things out. He's a way better match wrestler than he is a practice wrestler. But he needs to kind of change that and kind of raise his level up in the room a little bit. And I think he'll improve as well too. So.
Well, I think having a kid like Cam McAfee, who is a lighter 215, 220, 225, 205, having a lighter heavyweight like that gives the other guys an opportunity, because it's hard to recreate those circumstances when all you got is just 2 massive guys in there. So to have a lighter heavyweight in there, it allows you to recreate situations where you're going to have people shooting singles and doubles and things like that,
exactly.
and duck unders, and I think that's important for those guys. And I'll be honest with you, between Tate and Carlos, I don't think I've ever seen in one given year where we've had so many single leg takedowns, double leg takedowns, duck unders, tilts from heavyweights.
Exactly.
And really, they're wrestling like 157 pounds.
Exactly.
And I think it's showing with how well they're doing.
Absolutely. No, I agree. Well, they're all competitors too. I think that's the biggest thing. In the room, you watch them; they're all competitive for the most part. There's some bad days, but I think each one brings something different to practice room, and they're all athletic. They all can shoot and everything, which is important. And you can really separate yourself, as you're seeing with these guys. If you're able to attack, leg attacks, moving around, bounce around, things that we teach at the heavyweight weight class. A lot of guys can't move like that. So
between Carlos and maybe Robert Cunningham, I don't think I know of anybody who hates to lose. As much as those two. There's one thing about loving to win, but there's something about when you hate to lose. And those two there, they're really hard on themselves and everything, and I think it's really going to drive them. I'm actually looking forward to seeing how these guys are going to do with that new standard invitational.
Absolutely.
Speaking of new standard, let's move into that direction and talk a little bit about that. You're going up to that tournament in, I guess it's a week and a half? Or 2 weeks? Talk a little bit about that. You had mentioned to me earlier that we finished like maybe 4th from the bottom last year, and the bottom 3 teams are not back, and they've got a couple of much stronger teams in there. I
just figured it out now. There's 11 out of the 8 or 15 teams that are there are the top 25 in the country.
Wow.
So it's going to be, not to build it up too much. I told the guys, we keep talking about it, but I'm not trying to build it up too much because we're every bit as good as those teams there.
Sure.
But I just wanted to recognize, how you can't have slow starts. I mean, lately we've been having slow starts. Guys not wrestling real well that first match.
Right.
And I think we can't afford that there. And
Sure.
I think our first year we ever went, we had one placer. I think the next year we had 2, and then this past year we had 4. So I guess now the goal is to 8, get 8. Kind of keep doubling up there.
Doubling, huh?
Yep. So, but
last time you can't double it.
Yep. Exactly. Yeah. And I think I think we're gonna have some guys. We're gonna be in better shape. We got a couple guys coming back. That's gonna help us. I mean, obviously Logan Meister's coming back for that. Tentatively, we think he's gonna be back for that. And so I think I'm excited. I'm really excited because we get to really test and see where we are amongst the top 25 teams in the country. Because I believe that we're a top 20 team in the country. Now it's time to go out and prove it. We have the guys capable of doing that. So
okay, so tell me how many people this tournament you just wrestled. You put like 29 or 30 in. What's the max we can put into the next tournament?
20. There's 20. We're allowed 20 guys, and maximum of 3 per weight.
Okay.
There'll be a couple weights where we have to take 3 guys. Probably 49 and 49 and 41 will probably be 2 weight classes. We take 3 guys.
Okay, and is it a situation where they all score points for the team, or is it like they have to designate
the top
scores?
The top point scorer scores for you.
Okay.
So
so if you get a second and a third, the guy that plays second, he counts as your team.
Exactly.
Points.
Yep. Well, whoever scores the most points, I believe. So
Gotcha.
because sometimes the third place finisher makes more points than the second.
Because of pinpoints.
Exactly.
Yeah, you're right. Exactly. That was kind of like Adam Bresson last year, scoring all those points coming back through the constellations at the regionals. So.
No, I'm really excited about that. I'm really excited to, like I said, test us and see where we are. So.
Okay, so we'll come back then after the Newsstand Invitational. We'll have our next show for Ferrum Wrestling 411. We'll go from there.
Yep, absolutely.
Okay,
Sounds
great.
good.
Well,
Thanks,
Nate,
Gary.
congratulations. Great event there at the Hotel Roanoke. I was very pleased. The lighting was terrible. We've got some nice photos and everything on our website and everything. So it was a great tournament, and I think it was a good experience for everyone, both the hotel staff and for us.
Right.
Only had the one bad injury that happened in the tournament and everything.
Yep.
I hope that young man is doing okay from Pembroke and everything. But overall, it was a pretty good experience for everyone.
Absolutely. I agree. It was awesome.
Well, great. Well, Nate, thanks for coming on the show.
Gary.
Folks, thank you for being with us here for Ferrum Wrestling 411. We hope everyone has a wonderful Thanksgiving break. Spend time with your family. Try not to talk about politics or anything. I know as crazy uncles we do that sometimes, but try to enjoy your time together with your family. And thank you so much for being with us here on Ferrum Wrestling 411. For Nate Yetzer, I'm Gary Holden. Thanks so much and have a great week.
Thanks, Gary.